Hi everyone, my name is Taylor and I'm a cardiac nurse. Today we're going to talk about hydration. This is such an important topic for everyone. Studies have shown that more than 40% of adults in the United States are chronically dehydrated, and that statistic is even higher for children and the elderly. This video will cover why water is so important, as well as the common causes and symptoms of dehydration and how to prevent dehydration from happening to you. At the end of this video, please be sure to complete the survey. Okay, so let's get started. First off, why is water so important? Well, 60% of the adult body is made up of water. So it makes sense that water is the main ingredient in every reaction going on inside the body. Let's think of some of the important roles water plays. Water is the main component in our organs and blood. Blood is responsible for transporting everything inside the body: oxygen, glucose, and the waste products. Water is crucial in the digestion process and the breakdown of food. It also plays a role in weight management. Water is needed to form the lubricant for our organs and joints to be able to move smoothly. Water also acts as a temperature regulator by producing sweat when we are too warm. And water serves as protective cushioning in important areas like the brain and spinal column. So it's easy to see that water is vital to our body's performance. And we actually lose an average of 2 to 3 liters of water through our daily activities of breathing, sweating, using the bathroom. So we must replace the water we lose in order to maintain the water balance within our body. When we don't drink enough water, we force our body to work harder. Over time, this can cause complications and decreased quality of life. If our water losses exceed our water intake, we become dehydrated. This causes the body to seek water from other sources, and it will actually pull fluid from other organs, like the brain. And brain shrinkage is actually responsible for several of the well-known symptoms related to dehydration. Next, let's talk about the causes of dehydration. Things like poor fluid intake and excessive sweating are frequently seen here in Arizona, especially in the summertime. We don't realize how much we're sweating because the sweat evaporates very quickly compared to more humid climates. Another common cause of dehydration is long periods of exercise, like running a marathon, especially in warm weather. Fluid loss also occurs when you're sick. Vomiting and diarrhea can account for large volumes of fluid lost in a short period of time. In just 6 hours of consistent vomiting or diarrhea, you can become severely dehydrated. Lastly, individuals with high urine output are at risk for dehydration. This can be due to medications, alcohol, and various medical conditions. For example, people taking diuretics or water pills, they're especially at risk because their medication is stimulating urination. Next, let's talk about the signs and symptoms of dehydration. Thirst is the first sign of dehydration, and then other early signs include dry mouth and lips, and even bad breath due to decreased saliva, dark urine or infrequent urination, weakness and cramping due to decreased blood flow to the muscles. This is one of the first areas to sacrifice blood flow in order to preserve blood flow to the brain and heart and kidneys. Feelings of hunger are a very common indicator, and the feelings of hunger are masking the true needs for fluids. Irritable mood and difficulty concentrating, headache and fatigue. This ties back to brain shrinkage. Long term, this can have some implications for quality of life. In the pediatric population, this is a great concern because it's affecting their academic performance when they're dehydrated. Severe or late signs of dehydration include dizziness and heart palpitations. So let's talk about how to prevent dehydration from happening to you. First, consider the risk factors for becoming dehydrated. Children and elderly adults who depend on a caregiver to provide their fluids are most at risk. These populations also have a decreased thirst sensation that's not very reliable to indicate when they're thirsty. Individuals taking medications that stimulate urination, like the water pills mentioned earlier, individuals with chronic diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart failure, individuals taking more than 4 medications daily, individuals who exercise routinely or work in physically demanding jobs. Second, You need to know how much to drink, and you need to keep track of how much you're drinking each day. So the amount needed varies by gender, age, weight, activity level, and health status. Children aged 4 to 13 years need approximately 1.7 liters of water per day. Women need 2 to 2.7 liters per day. Men need 2.5 to 3.5 liters per day. So it might be helpful to carry a reusable water bottle and tally up how many of those water bottles it takes to meet your daily needs. Third, routinely inspect indicators for hydration status. This means observing for dry lips or dark urine. Remember that an indicator of adequate hydration is pale yellow urine, similar to lemonade. Finally, make hydration a habit. Do not wait to drink until you're thirsty because your body is already dehydrated by that point. Make fluids easy to access and fun. While plain water is the best option, any beverage, even caffeinated, can replenish your body fluids. Studies have shown that children and elderly adults are more likely to hydrate with cold fluids in a variety of flavors and colors. Verbal prompts are also helpful to promote hydration. Well, that wraps up this video on hydration. I hope you found this information to be helpful, and please remember to take the survey afterward. Happy